In today's video, I want to take you guys through a bunch of new deals on the Nintendo eShop. A bunch of sales are running concurrently right now, and that means a lot of great deals for you guys to check out. And on top of that, we have a great deal on a SD card that is compatible with the Nintendo Switch if you do want to extend your storage, which I think is very advantageous to do. We'll take a look at that at the end of this video. But first up, let's look at the eShop deals. Right off the bat, we have Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. It is 60% off, down to just $19.99. Now, Monster Hunter is a very iconic franchise. Monster Hunter World resonated very strongly on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and Monster Hunter Generations is a very good game on the Nintendo Switch. However, if you're familiar with World and you're getting into Generations, do bear in mind that Generations does have a little bit of a learning curve. That's necessarily the case with the majority of the Monster Hunter games, but it's even more so with Generations. Bear in mind also, it is a fantastic game that is going to take you a lot of time to do everything, a lot of replayability, 14 different weapon types, you can mix and match, and a game that's going to keep you coming back for more, and there's always a reason to go back and play the game. It's a great title, and if you're a fan of Monster Hunter, or if you just want something that's a little bit challenging, if it's your first foray into Monster Hunter, don't be that scared of the learning curve. Just understand, you will have to invest some time before you get really good at the game. $19.99 for it, however, is a steal of a deal. Alright, outside of that, there are some publisher sales running right now that are really good. We've got a Sonic the Hedgehog sale. This will be running until May 26th. A lot of good deals as a part of this. Sonic Mania is down to $9.99, and Sonic Mania is awesome. It's a very, very good traditional Sonic game, and for $10, I think that's a really good buy. If you want that old school Sonic game with the flavor of modern taste to it as well, I think $9.99 is a great pickup. Team Sonic Racing, I thought this was really good. That's down to $19.99. If you want a quality arcade racer, that's definitely going to fit the bill. I know Mario Kart is a thing, and that's definitely the standout arcade racer on the Switch. However, Team Sonic Racing has that Sonic skin to it that definitely makes it appealing in its own right. And it's only $19.99, where Mario Kart 8 is $60, so that is something to bear in mind. Sonic Forces is $9.99. I didn't hate Sonic Forces as much as everybody else. However, it's definitely not the best Sonic game in the world, but for $10, maybe you want to check it out. Sega Ages, I should say, Sonic the Hedgehog is down to $5.99, and then Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is down to $5.99 as well. That's kind of pricey for the old school Sonic games. Nevertheless, they are iconic titles that maybe you want to go back and play, so want to give that a shout as well. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 is $39.99 as well. They've got 3DS Sonic titles discounted as well, and just looking at this, why is Sonic Generations not on the Switch? We need to get a port of that. Sonic Generations was a phenomenal game. The 3DS version is $9.99, but let's get the original version on the Switch and let's get it on the go. I think it would sell very, very well. That game was awesome, as well as Sonic Lost World. I didn't think that game was all too bad either. That's on the 3DS and $9.99 for that as well. They're also running a family time sale. You've got Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Just like every other sale, it's on sale once again for $14.99. You guys know what that's all about. Just Dance 2020, $19.99. I have a soft spot for Just Dance. I think that's a very fun party game. Monopoly for the Nintendo Switch, that's down to $9.99. Alright, outside of that, we do have an awesome anime in a video game form, an anime sale. Anime, get it, in the month of May. Yeah, I know, not the greatest joke in the world, but it was coming from Nintendo's marketing team directly, or Bandai Namco, who knows. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition is down to $29.99. Very good RPGs here, very much narrative focused, even more so than the Pokemon titles, and I would say the story is pretty good. If you have affinity towards Digimon, obviously you're going to enjoy it even more, but even if you just want a traditional, well-made, mechanically competent RPG, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth is going to have you covered, in $29.99 for two games that are relatively lengthy. I think that's a pretty good buy. Dragon Ball FighterZ is down to $14.99, definitely a good buy for one of the best fighting games of this generation, and that's saying a lot because there has been a lot of good fighting games, but $14.99 for that is really good. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is down to $9.99, again, another really good buy. Xenoverse 2 is a pretty good Dragon Ball game, obviously much different than Fighters being more of an arcade fighter, but very good in its own right and definitely worth a shout. God Eater 3 down to $29.99, still think that's a little bit pricey, but not a horrible deal either. If you're looking for that monster hunting style of experience, Generations is probably the better buy, but God Eater 3 does have that anime look that might be up your alley more so. My Hero 1's Justice and 1 Justice 2 are discounted $19.79 and $39.59 respectively. 1 Justice 2 is a pretty recent release, so that is actually a significant discount. These games aren't great, however, if you are a fan of My Hero, you're gonna have some fun with them. Just do know they're a little bit barren in terms of the content, and $40 for My Hero 2, even that is a little bit expensive. I would say south of $30 they're good buys. At $60 at their full price, absolutely not, but $40 is okay. I think ideally you'd be wanting to pay around $25. Naruto games are seeing discounts as well outside of Storm 4, given that that just came out. The Storm Trilogy is $19.99. That's really what I would buy. Storm 1 is $9.99, Storm 2 is $9.99, and Storm 3 is $9.99. Just get the trilogy. Storm 2 and Storm 3 are absolutely worth playing. Storm 2 picks up at the beginning of Shippuden and ends around episode 150, a little bit past that. Storm 3 has its own original ending that isn't really relevant to the anime either. They had to kind of have an original ending there because the anime was still going on. I believe the manga was still going on as well. But the story to that game is really good. The campaign mode, it's so over the top. Storm 2 is a pretty good one-to-one creation of the fights in the anime. Storm 3 just goes off the wall in the best way possible in taking some things and taking it a lot over the top. Storm 4 actually adds even more of an over-the-top element to it, and I love Storm 4. I loved what they did with some of those fights because you compare Storm 4's fights to what we saw in the anime, and look, I like some of the anime fights. Storm 4 fights were pretty freaking crazy, and I got a kick out of that. The trilogy for $19.99, I would say, is pretty good. Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch is $29.99. Really good JRPG here. $30 might be a little bit pricey, but it's still a relatively recent release, all things considered. I believe it came out last year. Yeah, it came out at the end of 2019, so it's still kind of recent, and $30 for a very good RPG, I think, is well worth it. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 Deluxe is $9.99. As far as the Musou games go, I think One Piece Pirate Warriors is one of the better ones. So $10 for that is not bad at all. Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet Complete Edition is $19.79. Hollow Realization Deluxe Edition is $19.99. I'm not a big fan of the Sword Art Online anime. I think it's quite terrible. However, Fatal Bullet I actually had some fun with. I like the interpretation of Gun Gale Online. I thought that added a layer to the game, but, you know, it is what it is. If you guys like SAO, no complaints from me. I get some people do like it. It just was not my cup of tea. Nevertheless, the games are alright, and you can check that out. I have heard also the recent seasons of SAO have gotten a lot better, but I have not given that a chance yet. And lastly, I do want to note Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition is down to $19.99. I always go to bat for this JRPG. In my opinion, one of, if not the best Tales of game that has been released thus far. It is a fantastic title with a great cast of characters. It's a lengthy game. You've got a lot of content in there, and the Definitive Edition adds of complete voice acting. You've got new characters. It's much better than the 08 release of the Xbox 360 title. So those are the deals available on the Nintendo eShop. A lot of good stuff available. Also, do want to note that over on Amazon, you can get a 200GB SD card for just $29.99 if you really want to extend your eShop downloads and things of that nature and download a lot of games onto your Switch. You gotta get an SD card. 200GB is gonna give you a lot to work with, so definitely do check that out if you're interested. We'll leave a link to that in the description box below. That's gonna conclude this video. Again, a lot of great deals available. Maybe we'll do another video taking a look at the best deals right now, but that's gonna wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.